Hey guys, happy Saturday, January 31st. If you are anywhere on the East Coast right now, well, you are definitely feeling it. We are smack in the middle of an atmospheric brawl that is basically rewriting the history books for this winter. We have a monster low-pressure system spinning off the mid-Atlantic coast, classic nor'easter style, and it is bombing out big time. But honestly, the snow is just the B-plot today. The real villain is the Arctic blast. A massive high-pressure dome, we are talking a bone-crushing 1,040 millibars, is nosediving from Canada straight down to the Gulf Coast. The jet stream is doing a swan dive straight into the eastern US. It has ripped the freezer door off the Arctic Circle and is funneling that frigid air directly into the deep south. That is why we have hard freeze warnings lit up tonight all the way to the Florida Panhandle. Yeah, even Florida is shivering. Here is the kicker, the pressure gradient. You have that intense low versus that heavy high, and nature is trying to balance the books violently. We are seeing gale-force gusts, 40 to 50 miles per hour, tearing through the Carolinas and Virginia. Combine that with single-digit temps, that wind chill isn't just uncomfortable, it is dangerous. So the menu for tonight, heavy snow leaving the coast, winds that will knock you over, and a freeze the South hasn't seen in a generation. Let's break this down region by region and see who is getting the worst of it. Starting with the mid-Atlantic and Northeast. The back end of the snow shield is pivoting through Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware. If you are on the Delmarva Peninsula, you are getting absolutely walloped right now. We are talking snowfall rates of 2 to 3 inches an hour, just dumping. I-95 south of Philly is effectively a parking lot. We have reports of jackknifed semis all over the Delaware interchange. The wind is taking that fresh powder and turning it into a whiteout. You can't see a thing. And heads up, D, even if the snow stops, those roads are turning into literal ice sheets as temps crash. Up in Jersey and Long Island, the ocean effect machine just kicked into gear. Arctic air meets warm Atlantic water equals intense, narrow snow bands streaming into Monmouth and Ocean counties. If you are on the Garden State Parkway, good luck. It is clear 1 second, and the next, you can't even see the hood of your car. Let's talk about the Deep South. The radar is clear, but the thermometer is ugly. Almost the whole Southeast is under wind chill advisories. Nashville is sitting at 18 degrees. Atlanta is at 24. Throw in a 20-mile-per-hour gust, and it feels like single digits. That is not okay. This is a nightmare for infrastructure. In Jackson and Memphis, the pipes just aren't built for this kind of cold. And we are already seeing water mains popping. Seriously. Leave a faucet dripping tonight. It might cost pennies in water, but save you thousands in plumbing bills. Over in the Midwest, you guys are in the freezer. Chicago, Indy, Detroit, you are flirting with 0 degrees actual air temp. Plus, the wind coming off the Great Lakes is firing up the snow machine for Michigan and northern Indiana. South Bend and Grand Rapids are getting hammered. I-94 and I-80 are treacherous messes right now. The snow is falling faster than the plows can push it. If you are thinking about driving cross-country through the Midwest tonight, don't. Just find a hotel and wait it out. Meanwhile, out west, while the east turns into a popsicle, the Pacific Northwest is getting soaked. A new system is spreading rain inland from Seattle. By tomorrow morning, snow levels in the Cascades will drop, and Snoqualmie Pass on I-90 is going to get messy. This is just the start of a huge moisture train for the West Coast. All right. Let's look at the next 48 hours. What is coming down the pipe? For New England, the heavy snow is wrapping up, but Sunday is going to be brutal. The wind isn't quitting. We are expecting gusts of 35 to 45 miles per hour all day. That means ground blizzards, snow that's already on the ground getting blown right back into your face, especially on I-90. Pro tip, if you shovel your driveway tonight, the wind is just going to fill it back in by morning, and with temps tanking, any slush is going to flash freeze into black ice. Monday morning's commute is going to be a demolition derby, not because of new snow, but because of that hidden ice layer. Midwest, you are ground zero for the cold. Minneapolis, you are waking up to negative 15. Chicago and Detroit, you are looking at sub-zero readings. With the wind chill, we are talking negative 30s. That is frostbite in 10 minutes territory. Cover up exposed skin, seriously. The lake effect machine will finally run out of gas by Sunday night, but not before dumping another foot of snow in the usual spots. If you are traveling on I-94 through southwest Michigan, keep your head on a swivel. South, listen up. Protect your stuff. We are looking at 3 nights in a row of hard freezes for Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. You won't see a real thaw until Tuesday. If the power goes out, this stops being an inconvenience and starts being a survival situation. Out west, the storm door is wide open. Northern California, get ready for a parade of storms starting Sunday night. Feet of snow for the Sierra, great for the snowpack, terrible for driving. Donner Pass on I-80 will be a chain control nightmare. And watch the creeks in Sacramento, they are going to rise fast. Now, eyes on the horizon. We are tracking a little bundle of energy, a Vorticity Max for my weather nerds ejecting out of the Rockies. It is trying to get its act together in the Southern Plains by Tuesday or Wednesday. And here comes the drama. The battle of the models. The American GFS versus the European ECMWF. It is a heavyweight title fight to decide if the Mid-Atlantic gets slammed again or gets a week off. The American model is feeling optimistic. It wants to take this energy and kick it out to sea fast. It says the Arctic high is too bossy and will shove the storm away before it can curl north. If that is right, D, C, and Philly stay dry and just deal with the cold. But the European model, it is the party pooper. It thinks the high will back off just enough to let the storm sneak up the coast. It is showing a classic Miller B setup. Energy jumps to the coast and booms off Cape Hatteras. If the European solution calls it right, we are throwing moisture right back over that cold air dome. That spells trouble. Freezing rain for the Carolinas and a messy snow event for the I-95 corridor from DC up to New York. Not fun. Why can't they agree? It is the North Atlantic traffic jam. We are in a negative NAO pattern. Usually, American models move stuff too fast in these setups, while reality likes to slow things down and hug the coast. So, I am leaning about 60-40 toward the European model right now. I don't think we are seeing a movie-level blizzard, but a solid 3 to 6 inches of snow or a nasty ice storm on Wednesday is definitely on the bingo card. And we have to watch that transition zone. Even if it hits, warm ocean air might get sucked in. You could have rain on I-95 and heavy snow just 20 miles west on I-81. Forecasting for Baltimore and DC is going to be a total headache. Peaking past the 7-day mark into the second week of February, the Climate Prediction Center is painting the whole eastern half of the country blue with shivering temps. The weather pattern is totally jammed up. We have got a positive Pacific North American Index science speak, for the west stays wild while the east turns into an icebox. Winter is definitely planting its feet and refusing to leave. Plus, we are eyeing another potential monster storm lurking around the 10th or 12th. Alright, here is the cheat sheet so you know exactly what is going down. Point 1. That East Coast beast is packing its bags, but it is leaving behind a nasty parting gift of howling winds and invisible black ice. Hitting the road is going to be a nightmare through Sunday, so do not get cocky out there. Point 2. The Deep South is dealing with a freeze so historic it is trying to bust everyone's plumbing. Make sure you keep those faucets trickling to save your pipes, and be a good human by checking in on the older folks next door. And point 3, we are side-eyeing the European computer model, which is hinting at a sneak attack snowstorm for the Mid-Atlantic by Wednesday. Do not let a sunny Monday fool you into thinking you are in the clear. Keep your head on a swivel and try not to freeze, folks.